Typography is very important because it represents the tone and voice of the brand. Imagine I'm doing a live speech and I'm doing in a very formal tone. Okay, so I would say something like, "Good morning, sirs. Today I want to introduce you to this new feature." Or maybe I can do it in a more euphoric and enthusiastic way, like, "Hey, what's up, folks? Today I want to show you this new feature." It changes. Okay, so this change is represented by typography in a brand. So the first thing you need to think about is how do you want your brand to talk to your audience? You want it to be very formal and maybe in a luxury way, or is it really close to your audience in a more familiar and friendly way? You have to decide those things and then decide what typography are you going to use in each case. There are two main typography types: sans serif, which are more minimal and clean, and serif fonts. Okay, the serif is this part of the fonts. Okay, this decoration right here that has some of these fonts, and the serif fonts are usually associated with luxury, formal, professional brands, while sans serif are more associated with minimal, modern, futuristic brands. Okay, so but there are not only this type of fonts. We also have display fonts. For example, in Magic Artistry, my Magic company, we have this display font, which is Passion 1 for headings. Let me move it. Okay, so we have Passion 1 for display headings, like very important headings. We have Railway, a sans serif font for regular headings. We have Alegria, a serif font, sorry, for the body, for the text, regular text. And we have Covered by Your Grace and script font, which is like handmade for some decorative parts. Okay, so this is how you can combine the typography. Maybe in a regular post, we only use a Railway and Alegria for the text, but maybe when we want to add some emphasis to the text, we can use Passion 1. And then when we wanna, for example, put the name of the author, we can use Covered by Your Grace. I have here also an example of our Magic Kit. So you can see we have the display font right here for the main text. Here the script text. Then we have the heading, the body font. Okay, so you can see here how we are combining those typography to represent what we want to achieve. Okay, and we also have some examples here of more text and how we can combine them. So you don't have to choose one. You can choose between 2, 3, maximum 4 fonts to have the versatility you need to represent your brand. For example, in Kairos, we want to combine that look into the future, because we are trying to help you improve your future by learning new skills, but also knowledge is something that comes from the past, and Kairos is related to the Greek culture. So that's why we have this feeling right here in the logo with this serif font, which is more related to luxury, professional, and tradition, but it's a little bit rounded and with some modern style to the font. We modified it, we adapted the font so it looks like this, and that combination gives creates the voice and the tone that we want to achieve, because we want to be close to the audience. We want to create that community. We want to be looking at the future, at what you can achieve when applying all the knowledge that you learn at Kairos. But we also want to be looking at the past to learn from the past, to learn from all the knowledge created by humanity, to have some reference to Kairos, the Greek god that represents the right moment. So that's why we combine both of them. But the serif font is in this bold italic style, so it's more modern, more dynamic, and it's not as old and as related to tradition. Okay, so it's more looking towards the future. So that's the combination we made here for typography. And the best place to find fonts is at Google Fonts. All of them are free. You have information about the license right here, okay, in each font. So that's very important. If you want premium fonts, you can go to places like Adobe Fonts. I don't recommend free places like the font or those places that have free fonts, because most of the times are badly made, so you don't want to use them. It's better to use a free font from Google Font than any of those weird fonts. Here you have plenty of styles, plenty of filters you can use. Okay, you have serif fonts. You have, for example, Ubuntu, which is a sans serif, but with this human style, which is more rounded. For example, Lato is more futuristic, it's more straight. You can see it in the Y. Okay, it's straight, but here in Ubuntu. So all those things define the tone of your brand. So here you can start investigating. There are plenty of options. All of the one I showed you that we use at Magic Artistry are from here. So Covered by Your Grace is here. You can use it. Passion 1 is also here. Alegreya, Railway. They have a Noto typography, which works great with any language. So you have Chinese, Japanese, European, like Spanish languages, characters, Korean, English characters. You have everything in one font. That's also important. The font has to be able to adapt to any language your customer talks. There are some fonts that doesn't have Spanish characters, for example, or Greek characters, or Chinese or Korean, whatever your brand needs. And the font needs to be scalable, so it needs to be easy to read on small sizes and on big sizes. And I recommend you that it's a versatile font with bold, semi-bold, light, italic, and all those variations. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to show you about typography. You just have to go to Google Fonts or any similar place and start looking for typography that represent the brand and the voice and the tone of your brand. Remember, the typography is the way your brand is talking to your audience. Is it more formal? Is it more friendly, more family, how is your brand talking? And then find a typography that represents that based on the brand that you define it, your mission, vision, values, etc.